right, I gave us a little space. Let's see what these bad boys can do. How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we have some more Corvette parts to install on the ZR1, and these are going to make us faster. Let's play a little game. Someone down below, name me a car part that is relatively cheap, can add major feedback in your car, make you go through corners faster, and put up better track times. And best of all of you guys, I'm sure, need them. That's right, we're talking about bushings. We got a care package from BMR, and we have their new bushing kit for the C6 Corvette. And just listen to how hard this is. They're not metal, they are a very, very dense plastic.
They are actually Delrin. Tomei actually uses it to make shift knobs.
And essentially, stock cars, even if they are sports cars or race cars, cars from factory are made for the general public. That means they want the car to ride really nice. They want it to feel great. They want it to be capable of being a daily driver. And I hope after today it still can do those things, but I also hope that when it gets into a goddamn corner, it just grips and there's no deflection through the suspension and the car is just on rails, essentially. Now, I know all of you guys drive cars that are probably a little bit older. I mean, I prefer older cars myself, so I'm not like dissing you guys. Both of my cars are, hell, maybe even older than some of you guys watching this video. That one definitely is. And so I'm sure your suspension is a little tired. So if you guys are in the market for some BMR suspension, use discount code Peacock7. This stuff is great. It's gonna make your car feel and handle like it's brand new. Even better if you get their poly kit or their even denser kit like this. And bushings will just make it so when you're on the track, in the twisties, even going straight, there's just not a bunch of delay and a bunch of slack in your suspension. So if you seriously want to improve your car, you guys need to head to BMR right now and just buy all their suspension. But use discount code Peacock7 if you do. Anyways, we got a lot of work ahead of us, and then we need to go test the car, so it's gonna be a very, very long day. We're gonna go to my boy Johnny's shop. He owns Nitrous Supply here in Huntington Beach. So if you're in the market for some nitrous, hit him up. He's the guy to talk to. Anyways, let's go. All right, so we're gonna do some testing really quick on the stock bushings in the car. I just took the car to the canyons like 2 weeks ago, so I'm very familiar with how it feels, but just for road noise and just kind of standard street handling, let's just see how it sounds. I'll make sure I'm really quiet right here so you guys can listen. I wanted to run over those on purpose in case we hear clicking. So that's what it sounds like going over the little markers. Stock bushings, I'm guessing, are pretty squishy and pretty soft. You don't feel any violent jolts when you hit any bumps or anything. It's tailor-made for the general public, the geezers, not us race car enthusiasts. So let's go fix that. All right, so we're here at Nitrous Supply. We are about to rack the Corvette and start the teardown process. There are a lot of bushings, so we are gonna be here for quite some time, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. GM made great control arms from the factory, but BMR wants to take advantage of that and utilize them to their fullest potential. And in order to do that, you have to do away with the soft bushings. The CBK 560 kit greatly improves the steering feel and stability, but still provides enough comfort for daily use. It's only when you're doing like super hardcore track stuff that the bearings should be a consideration instead. For my use though, the CBK 560 kit is going to give me the feel I want on the street, at the track, or in the canyons. So let's start this process of getting them installed. Here's what my bushing kit came with. We got a lot of stuff to play with here. These bushings are gonna be way harder than factory. I believe this is the same material they make shift knobs out of. So it's gonna be some strong stuff. Johnny is getting the car on the lift. It's a little bit of a process. We gotta make it work, but him being a ZR1 owner, I know he's done it a million times. So yeah, once she's up in the air, take off the wheels and start ripping out the control arms. All right, we got it up on the lift. This is what it looks like. So here's the control arms. Look at this tank right here. I see what BMR is saying by saying these little squishy rubber things. I mean, I could dig my nail into that. It's literally like a used condom in there. Those bad boys are definitely restricting some performance. I bet we're gonna gain horsepower out of this. But this is the lower control arm for the rear. and then the upper one up there. So we got to pull all of that off. Going to the front, similar story. Lower control arm, super squishy rubber stuff. We are going to mark all of the alignment stuff, so hopefully we don't have to adjust all that. The car's due for one anyways, but I'm going to wait till I get my new wheels and tires on. You want to give us a tour under here? You're the 01 expert.
Well, one of the things you guys might be asking in the comments is, hey, Drew, how are you going to take the wheels off without damaging the carbon ceramic rotors? Well, when I got my ZR1, they came with these
I have those.
factory pool noodles, right? But you don't have them on hand.
I do have them on hand. They're in the trunk.
Oh, well, yours are in the trunk and mine are right here.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Now, see, I've had a car with carbon ceramics before, and I've never damaged them, so we don't need these finicky pool noodles, but we'll use them, you know what, just because we are going to be dangling the whole rotor assembly, so.
Yeah, see, what I do is I just scratch the caliper.
That's what I did on the McLaren. I would just lean the wheel on the, because the McLaren doesn't have studs, so you would have to put it on the hub and pray it doesn't come down, so I would literally balance it on the caliper. But yeah, the ZR1, I gotta take better care of this. We're gonna start on the lower control arm. Step 1, sway bar end link, gotta get removed. Sway bar end link removed. Now we have to disconnect the wheel speed sensor and the parking brake cable. Make sure your parking brake is off or else you're gonna be screwed. We just found that out.
It's not easy, I've tried it before. So that goes like it is.
All right, there's the wheel speed sensor.
And then that one over here goes like it is.
Oh, kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's 2 connections.
And then I can't do it with one hand, but yeah, we're basically gonna want to. Oh, how do I do this?
Guessing it's spring loaded.
Yeah.
Let's just cut it.
Yeah, we'll make...
All right, once you got all that out of your way, you got to remove the tow rod and then this tricky little nut down there. They don't mention anything about removing the axle, so we should be good, but you got to get a 19 on there and make sure you just finesse her out. All right, we got the first one out. This is the trickiest bolt of them all. What I did to do it was loosen everything else up and get it to dangle, because you need to put weight on it once you break it loose, or else the whole thing is just going to spin. So it's a little tricky, but if I could do it, you could do it. Here's the control arm. We have 1, 2, 3 bushings. They all look like they're different sizes, so installation will be pretty straightforward. Johnny's gonna press these out. I'm gonna pull the other control arm. John, you wanna film yourself do this?
Sure. Yeah, I just got to figure out how I'm gonna jig it up and make sure that it sits flat, so it's not like rocking.
Yeah.
Pressing it out, and yeah, it should be pretty easy from there.
All right. Pump that. Yeah, theoretically, once we get them all out, it'll go pretty quick.
There you go.
There she is. And it's still usable, technically, too. It doesn't destroy it.
Yeah, no, it's all in one piece.
Oh,
Oops.
shit. Yeah, look at how soft that is. Like, it's like a shitty skateboard wheel. It's softer than a skateboard wheel.
Yeah,
what would you
right?
compare it to?
Another bushing. I don't really know.
Rears are in. I mapped out and laid it all out. That way we know where everything goes for the most part. The rears actually slid in really easily. I have a noise canceling because he's sawzawing the rear upper, whatever those things out. But anyways, slid in really nice. I could actually bolt these in now and the rear lowers will be done. We just have to grease the sleeve and toss it in. But yeah, it was actually a really satisfying click. And if it doesn't go in easily, I just used my shoe and it just pressed right in. So with the sleeves installed, this is how it looks. We do need to grease them a little bit, and then these are good and ready to be installed. We also have a rear upper out, same thing, got them all installed. Went in by hand and just tapped it with a mallet to make sure it was seated, but they're looking really good. All right, guys, check it out. So we got the lower and the upper rear control arms in. A lot of torquing. Make sure you torque everything correctly to spec or else you're gonna have a bad time. Also, we got the adjustment bolts for the alignment all nice and marked up and realigned. So we shouldn't have to do any alignment stuff, but I know this car kind of needs one anyway. So once I get my new wheels and tires, we're gonna go to an alignment shop. Johnny is going right now to go get us some lunch, and then we are going to start on the front. I'm gonna start on the front while he's gone.
Hopefully the front's a little quicker because it's already like 3 o'clock and we've been here since like 10. The front doesn't have axles, so that should make it easier. But anyways, let's get started. All right, I got the car back up in the air. It's a similar story to the rear, just with a lot more room. But essentially, you have 2 lower bolts here. You have the ball joint, and then you have the sway bar and the shock. The shock is attached differently. There's just 2, I want to say 13 millimeters. And then literally the same thing for the top in the front as it is in the rear. So I'm gonna start knocking this out. Let's do the lower one first. All right, we got one side of the fronts all installed. Technically not all installed, but the bushing's installed. Now we have to do it one more time. One of us will get this going in and one of us will get to pulling that.
Now the sucky
Rock,
thing.
paper, scissors.
Oh,
Wow.
what? Oh, okay. If I win, what does a winner do?
Whatever they want.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes! I want to install.
Oh, you want to do that side?
Yeah. All right, 12 hours later.
Yeah, right.
And we're just about done. We got one more bolt to do. We're just getting it started and then we got to torque it, but everything else is torqued. Looks really good. Wasn't too bad, just really time consuming because there's so much stuff you got to move. But if you have a lift or quick jacks, it's totally doable, but you do need a press. I wouldn't really try doing it without a press. I think you would have a bad time.
With the lift, it's like, dude, it is so easy because like to take the lower control arms out, they had to be
pull them, yeah.
They had to be like completely like hanging down 90 degrees, and then I almost used the subframe as like a pivot point. You know what I mean? I just kind of went back and forth on it until it came out.
Yeah, so at the bare minimum, like quick jacks.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, because this thing has to be, I mean, how long is that? 1.5 feet? So you've got to be like 2 feet in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Which quick jacks will do, so shout out quick jacks. Yeah, it looks really good. The bushings look perfect. Everything is seated real nice and torqued. I can only imagine the difference it's gonna make, but we're about to find out in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. All right, guys, it is the next day. It took a long time. So if you're planning on doing this yourself, set out 1 to 2 days. I mean, it took time and there was 2 of us doing it. So just a heads up. However, immediately I am able to notice a massive difference. The car feels just so tight. And I mean, I just drove it home. So what we're gonna do, because that's boring, we're gonna actually take the car to the canyons. I'm gonna bring my action cam. We'll go out there. We'll see how it actually does in corners. Because let's keep it real. We can't test bushings on the street. That's not gonna do anything. We gotta see it in its natural element. So let's go. All right, guys, we are pulling into the canyons now. And let me just say, I am really impressed already. I thought the drivability was going to suffer a little bit. I did think it was going to be a little bit more inconvenient and a little less daily driver friendly, but that is simply not the case. It is just super tight and direct, and it's a night and day difference. The car feels completely different. It's super impressive. There's no more slop, no more slack in the steering. Like, oh God, it just grips and goes. Wherever you point the wheel, it goes. It's so nice. Like, watch guys. I'm just gonna point the steering wheel this way, and I mean, it just goes. Little downshift. It just goes. Super tight. If you guys could see Mammy in the passenger seat right now, she's flopping around like a fish out of water. Watch, I'll make her flop around right now. Hold on, Mammy. It's so tight. It just goes. Now, if you do daily drive your car, you don't have to worry about it. I genuinely thought it was going to hurt the daily drivability, and there's minor differences. If you run over a paint marker or like a pothole, you're gonna feel it a little bit more, but besides that, it honestly feels really nice just for daily driving. It just feels like nice, stiff, brand new bushings. I don't get why they don't release them with these from factory, honestly. Especially on a car like this, it totally deserves it. I do genuinely think bushings, it's gotta be one of the most underrated mods car guys do. Like, I feel like everybody skips out on them.
And I don't know why. It completely changes the dynamics of your car's handling, like completely. This thing feels completely different. She's flopping around like a fish with a burrito. All right, I gave us a little space. Let's see what these bad boys can do. That's where we were? Well, we caught up to traffic, but honestly, the bushings are so confidence inspiring. Like, I wish oh my God, that guy had snow on his car. You saw that? I wish I lived closer to the canyons. I'd be here every day, honestly. Or a racetrack. A racetrack would be even better. What the hell's a boat doing up here? We're in the mountains. Well, guys, I would say that was a massive success. I'm honestly surprised on how perfect these bushings are for my application. Like, I was expecting them to be really aggressive on the street and be kind of annoying like the Mustang in there. The Mustang, when I'm driving over bumps and, you know, just different surface areas, it makes a whole lot of noise. But honestly, like this, it feels relatively stock up until you give it some steering, or you're in a corner, or you hit a bump in the road. It honestly feels great. Like, this is how the car should have came. BMR really knows what they're doing, and they are right. The control arms are great from factory, but their bushings totally make them worth it and work 10 times better. So I bet this is already a really long video, but you guys really need to upgrade your bushings, and BMR is the best choice, I think, for anyone. If you don't want to go as stiff as Delrin, then Poly would probably be your safest bet. But honestly, after going with Delrin and experiencing it myself, I honestly think this is the way to go. I could honestly say I don't notice any drawbacks from driving on the street. Again, you're gonna feel the road a little bit more, yeah. But why else would you be upgrading your bushings other than to feel the road and have more response anyway? The pros far outweigh the cons. So if you guys want, go ahead and use discount code Peacock7. Pick these up from BMR. I will link them down below. Big thank you to BMR for sponsoring this video. And also big shout out to Johnny for helping me out. Honestly, without him, I would still be doing it right now. So big shout out. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down below and subscribe.